Wars. The Rise of Skywalker is coming out December. And that's the last film in the Skywalker saga. Not the last Star Wars film, just the last one in the Skywalker saga, which includes episodes 1 through 9. Rogue One and Solo aren't included there, so more spin-offs and TV shows and stuff are to come. So, as we go up to that release, I am going to be reviewing all the Star Wars movies. And by all the Star Wars movies, I mean 1 through 8, and then 9 when it comes out, and then Rogue One and Solo. I'm re-reviewing Rogue One, and then reviewing Solo. And then once Rise of Skywalker comes out, hopefully I'll be able to rank them. I'm not doing the theatrical Clone Wars movie. I'm not doing the Clone Wars show. I'm not doing Resistance show. I'm not doing the other Clone Wars show. I'm not doing the Rebels show. I'm not doing the holiday special. I'm not doing the 2 Ewok specials. I'm not doing the droid animated show. I'm doing any of the Lego crap. It's just the theatrical live action movies. And that sort of begins with Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Often regarded as the worst of the entire saga until, the entire fan base went into a civil war over Last Jedi. I don't think this is the worst. I think it's the second worst. That honor for me. Attack of the Clones gets that one. I'll talk about it when I get there. There was probably some of the biggest movie hype of all time for this movie. I mean, that original trilogy is highly regarded. It's some of the most regarded trilogy of all time. And while most people do consider Return of the Jedi a letdown after the first two, it's one of the only trilogies that people can name as saying a consistent trilogy. I mean, yeah, some other trilogies have all good films, but like the Iron Man trilogy, that second one, Captain America, that first one is it's really one of the only trilogies that people 100% agree on. It's like all great, except for the weird people who think, oh, the prequels are better. No. I mean, I guess some people like the prequels. I don't, and I don't quite understand that. But your opinion's your opinion. I don't think I'll ever understand how people could choose the prequels over the originals. All right. But anyway, released in 1999. Probably it was huge. Made so much money. This was a movie everyone was freaking out about. Oh, by the way, it's directed by George Lucas and stars Liam Neeson, Ewan McGregor, Natalie Portman, Jake Lloyd, Ian McDermott, and Frank Oz and Samuel L. Jackson. Okay, we got that out of the way. Just forgot to do that. But it's not the best. It's actually not good, really, and that's really sad. Obviously, the biggest problem that most people have is it's so boring. It is. Now, when you look at the synopsis for like all Star Wars movies, even the ones that you don't like 1 and 2, you look at the story and the way it's summarized, it makes it go like, that movie's got to be great. That looks like a great story. Like I was reading the Phantom Menace synopsis after I watched the movie, and oh my god, I almost forgot that I didn't even like the Phantom Menace. I'm like, this is a great movie, and then I realized I just watched it. I didn't think it was great. Like I said, obviously the biggest thing is it's boring. It's so politics heavy, and obviously, I mean, even the original trilogy did have a little bit of politics, especially that first one. That first one definitely had some politics in there. It was just so sly and subtle that you never really noticed it, and you're having such a great time. You're also having such a great time that you didn't notice it. And this movie is mainly politics. Nothing really happens. The movie even begins with Jedis going on a negotiation. When you watch Return of the Jedi, you're looking at Jedis, you're like, oh my god, they're badasses, they're so cool, they're always fighting. Then you read that line, and it's like, Jedi going on a negotiation. It's like, that's not what I really want to see, but it's like, as long as it gets awesome battle, and we get a little scene with battle droids there. Roger. But as it jumps around, it keeps going politics. politics. That's all it does. Politics, politics, politics. It's so, it's, ah, I, I don't like it that much. It's, and it's like weird. And so, it's done so poorly. It's so, so poorly done. Especially since George Lucas has admitted that he made the prequels for like as a more of a younger audience in mind, which is also rather weird. But I get going to bring in younger kids to cinema, but the people who are seeing this right now, released in '99, well, the people who love those original Star Wars are grown up by now. Obviously, you're not expecting like a gritty and mature Star Wars. I don't think anyone wants a gritty and mature Star Wars. They just want Star Wars. They want that fun, but also that emotional heaviness of the original. And you're just not giving that to us in political boringness. Of course, they did add Jar Jar Binks. We'll get to that later. Obviously, there are action scenes in it, but they're so dull. Like the first action scene in the movie, a couple battle droids run to the door. Jedi's open it. They go like, vroom, the droids just fall. Now, another complaint about the films is the battle droids. And a lot of people are like, oh, what about the stormtroopers? They can't hit anything, which is true. And that was even a joke back in the back when those movies first coming out. They're like, oh, stormtroopers can't hit anything. Now it's a big joke now, but it still has some tension. Like you can still feel tension at least with the stormtroopers, like the hallway scene when Luke and Leia are trying to swing away. Like that's got a pretty tense emotion to it, even though when the stormtroopers do come out, they're going like, oh, get them. That still has a somewhat tense feel to it. And that's the problem. You can't build. And also, there's only a few Jedi. One is an old guy who lives on a swamp planet. Another is an old hermit who, when he's in a lightsaber fight, goes like, and the other barely knows how to use the Force. So just people with guns, fighting at people with guns. In this, it's robots. It's crappy robots with people. With all the people mastered the Force. So if you want to make a tense fight scene, don't have your heroes doing this. So that's what their faces are like. As they're swinging, as they're using the Force, their face is just so just stern. It's like, I don't like that. I don't like that. And now, and then there are some good action scenes. Like in the final battle's not even that good, even with people guns against guns. Like there's a Gungan fight against battle droids. It's not. It's the worst. Oh, there's Anakin in space, pretty much copying the Death Star fight, but worse. Death Star fight is an awesome fight scene. Get to more of that later. But in this, you got Anakin wearing a child-sized helmet for some reason, flying around going like, "I'll try spinning. That's a good trick." That's how he blows up the main power station of the droids. That's how he saves the day. Some battle droids are walking up to him in the space station. He's like, "I'll try spinning. That's a good trick." And he's shooting while spinning, and he accidentally hits the generator. He doesn't even know what the generator looks like or that it's there. He just accidentally hits it. He's like, "Oh, R2, we better get out of here." We did it. Oh, hey, that little boy just did our job for us. It's so poorly done. There is a pod race scene, and then the pod race is highly regarded, and it's fine. It's well done. It looks great. Honestly speaking, just a little tangent on the special effects. Digital effects are just awful in the entire prequel trilogy. I mean, there are some moments of digital effects that are like, all right, that doesn't look bad. I'll give you that one. It doesn't look that bad. But you can't really say that about the special edition of the original trilogy. No, 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 no. But then there's just But anyway, but the practical effects, they do use a lot of practical effects in this movie, surprisingly, and they all work when it's practical. And the pod race looks great. The pod race scene looks phenomenal. The problem with it is, like, you're looking at this and it's exciting at first until you realize it's not that exciting. Like, a lot of the stuff happening in it is exciting, but the way it's shot is not exciting. Yeah, occasionally there's a first person angle, or there's a shot at their face, or a shot from behind them as they're running, but most of the entire race is left to right. Not never right to left. It's always left to right. Whenever anything is happening with the race, or it needs to be a wide shot, just mm, mm, mm. It's ah, it's so it's like it's not the best camera work. Ah, just don't like it. And honestly, I feel like the best part about the pod race was just that awesome Nintendo 64 and all the games that spun from pod racing. Like, there's a really cool arcade game of pod racing, and you're sitting in like an actual pod, and it's so cool. It feels like there's controls of a pod. It's super cool. The Nintendo 64 one's really fun. But the actual race, while it does have some fun to it, it gets pretty boring real fast, which is a shame. And especially since that's one of the major things people go up to in defense for this movie. All the acting is awful, but also I don't even partially blame that on the acting. Ewan McGregor, Samuel L. Jackson, Natalie Portman, Liam Neeson, Frank God. Did I say Samuel L. Jackson? I think so. But all of these people are great actors. I don't really know about Jake Lloyd. He's a child actor. He's not like that. All of these people are great actors. Ewan McGregor. Oh, we'll get to him later. So all these people are great actors, and of course Yoda makes it work because it's Yoda. He can make anything work. Anything. But it's just so poorly. The way George Lucas wrote the script is not human. Everyone sounds robotic, and it's so dull. Already with a dull script, and you're making all the actors sound dull. I'll give it this. Ewan McGregor is amazing as Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he got better and better by each movie, and I'm so happy that Obi-Wan is getting a TV show with Ewan McGregor. I am so happy. And if the show's written well, then we'll finally be able to see what Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan looks like with good writing. And it's like, if he can be the standout actor with bad writing, imagine how he's gonna do with good writing. Because Ewan McGregor is an amazing actor, and he pulled off Obi-Wan so well, especially in like 3. So I am very, very excited to see how he'll do in an actually good written thing. Now, our antagonist is Darth Maul, beloved by fans because he's awesome, and also he doesn't say that many words, and when he does, he's also one of the few actors who's actually manages to sell it, because he's like, "At last we'll defeat the Jedi. At last we'll have our revenge." He's supposed to sound sort of robotic and inhuman, because he's not human. I mean, he's an alien species. He feels emotions, but he's supposed to just be a disciplined Sith apprentice. But still, he's supposed to be disciplined. He's like, "Master." So, like, his reading works, and Ray Park is great with the stunts, and oh my god, the score is great. John Williams is an amazing composer, and the score is great, but, like, oh, you can't even get started on Duel of the Fates. Everyone knows that one, everyone loves that one, and the final fight, Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan fighting, is awesome, and you cannot deny it. It's so cool. And definitely, the score makes it so much better. It's like, the one thing it does lack is like the real emotion until the very end of it. Like, while while A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi, actually, Return of the Jedi has pretty good choreographed lightsaber fights, but while the rest of them aren't that well choreographed, there's emotion behind it. And when Obi-Wan gets in there, you can feel emotion after. Oh yeah, spoilers for all the Star Wars movies. But like, you can sort of feel the emotion after Qui-Gon's killed, but not enough. Another problem is Anakin and Obi-Wan are always described as being friends, yet they meet by accident, and Obi-Wan is supposed to act is thrust into the role of mentor. They don't feel like friends. And there's no main character, which there doesn't need to be a main character, but you want some sort of character to mainly focus on. And that's the problem with this one. You can't really decide. Is it supposed to be Anakin? We don't meet him until like the second act. Is it Obi-Wan? He's not even in the movie that much. Is it Qui-Gon? Maybe? But he dies, and yeah, main characters can die. But it seems like the weird character for to be the main character for one film out of a trilogy. So it's weird. The film lacks so much. It's really a bummer that everyone's reintroducing the Star Wars. People are getting back, and it's not the best. I'm going to give Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, a 45 dual-sided lightsabers out of 100. But I try to, in my reviews, I'm trying to more look at the positive for everything. Like, there's always a good thing about everything. It's going to be a little harder for Attack of the Clones, not going to lie. But I'll be able to do it. So, it's really sad that that happened. But, this is one of the worst that we have, according to smart people, then or people with the right opinion. It's not the best done. It's not done the best. And there's poor decisions made at every turn. And what's really sad is that there's a documentary, and you can see Lucas also is not proud of this. Like, at the end of the day, he's like, oh, may have gone a little too far. I don't like all the voices, and you can't really take some of the stuff out, or else nothing else would flow right. You feel bad for him. And George Lucas, you can't be even mad at him for like these movies, because he made Star Wars. He created an amazing franchise, and I feel bad for all the hate that he constantly gets. But I will say this, George Lucas, midi-chlorians, why? Why? Next review will be Star Wars Attack of the Clones. This is Jordan from Jordan Reviews, signing off.